What is going on, YouTube and everybody across the world? This is Matthew, aka Sonic Mix, and today I'm here to give my review for WWE Monday Night Raw, Monday, August 22nd, 2016. The show just got over just a few moments ago, so still fresh with the memory of what happened. Overall, I think this was a solid, good show. But, of course, let's go over what happened leading up to the main event. So, breaking news to kick off the show, Finn Balor will be out for about 6 months with a shoulder injury that he suffered during the Seth Rollins match that he had yesterday. And they actually show footage of it, and it did look like his elbow, or not his elbow, his shoulder did indeed pop. They reported that he was in pain after the interview that he had. I forgot what interview he had, but I guess he was in pain. They did an MRI on it, and it showed that he needed some surgery done. And now we come to the promo. This was sad because Balor just won the title, and now he has to relinquish it. And this is actually his very first major injury. And for the Universal title to already be vacated, not a good way to kick off the new title. Not a good way to kick it off whatsoever. So, Balor did his speech, relinquished the title to Foley, and as Balor was walking up the ramp, out comes Seth Rollins. He laughs at Balor, goes in the ring. He cuts his promo saying how he should now be the champion. And then out came Sami Zayn. Then came Jericho. Then came Owens. Then came Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. Then came Roman Reigns. So there was kind of like this cluster of people coming out here. Then Mick Foley said that there was going to be a series of matches. What we would eventually then find out was the winners of the matches would meet in a fatal four-way next week for the vacated Universal Champion. Now we get into the very first match of the night, which was Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. This was a good match. I thought this was very solid. Both competitors gave it their all. And I don't know if this was maybe an injury or if this was just selling, but Sami Zayn bounced off the rope and looked like he twisted his ankle. Once again, I don't know if he did twist it or if he was selling it. Either way, he did a good job with the sell. I thought he did a very good job selling the ankle. And in the end, Rollins hits the pedigree on Sami Zayn and then gets the count, 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins moves on after the match. Did I just say Sami Zayn hit the pedigree? I meant Seth Rollins hit the pedigree. If I did say Sami Zayn, please excuse me. A little blunder right there. Seth Rollins hits the pedigree, 1, 2, 3, moves on. The match I would give 3.25 out of 5. And that's pretty damn good for a Raw show. Then went into commercial break, and then after commercial break was Kevin Owens versus Neville for the qualify in the Fatal 4-Way. This was a good match as well. The interference with Jericho played its part pretty good. Neville was very impressive as always. The 450 from the apron of the ring onto the outside, and him doing the dead weight German suplex, which is always impressive when he does that. In the end, Kevin Owens hits Neville with what I'm apparently is like some modified burning hammer or a burning hammer like move into something else. I thought it was cool. No pop-up powerbomb, surprisingly, for the finish. But I thought it was interesting that he ended it with that move and not the pop-up powerbomb. I give it a 3 solid. I'm going to give him a 3 on the dot. Up next was the New Day promo. Today marked the 365th day of the New Day's reign as champion. So they've officially have hit the 1-year mark, which makes me think, how long are they going to actually hold on to the titles? Is WWE crazy enough to have them hold the titles and beat the team of Demolition? Okay, I kind of wonder that, although I don't think it's not going to happen, but kind of makes you wonder in some aspect. just kind of your generic New Day talk. And then out came Gallows and Anderson. They did their thing, and then this basically led into Big E versus Carl Anderson. Wasn't really all that of an exciting match. It was maybe alright, not even an okay type match. In the end, Big E hits Carl Anderson with the big ending, gets the win. I give it a 2 out of 5. And it's kind of sad in a way how you have somebody like Gallows and Anderson who was very big in New Japan, and then they're at this type of caliber. But who knows? Maybe one day Gallows and Anderson will be the big thing ever. Who knows? 2 out of 5. I believe, I actually don't have notes with me. One second, I'm trying to memorize this off the top of my head. I believe next was the Titus O'Neil talk, or the promo. If somebody needed to turn off the mic, it should have been on Titus O'Neil. This was pretty bad. Very bad. Titus messed up on some of his lines, messed up on some of his phrases and sentences. It almost kind of seemed like he was trying to make up some things as well towards the end, and then Bob Backlund came out. He did his thing, then Darry Young came out. Titus hit the Clash of the Titus on Darry Young, and then basically just walked out. Not really good stuff here. Don't like the build-up whatsoever. I give this a star. It was literally a star in my opinion. Up next was, if I'm not mistaken, was Big Cass against Rusev. This match was okay. It was just kind of whatever, I guess you could say. I didn't like the count-out victory in the end, but I was surprised that Big Cass did get the win regardless. I actually thought Rusev was going to get the win. And who knows? Maybe they're trying to do something with Big Cass. Maybe he may be kind of a breakout star if he ever splits with Enzo, which would suck tremendously, which I don't think they shouldn't, because I really love the team of Enzo and Cass. But maybe they're trying to do something with Cass, but we'll have to see about that. I give this match a 2.25-ish. About 2.25. Up next, I believe, was the Charlotte promo. I might be missing something. And once again, I didn't take notes down, which I probably should have had taken notes. But if I missed out something, leave it in the comment box below. But I believe after the Rusev Cass was the Charlotte promo. This was a really good promo, which you're going to see why it was good in a moment. But I want to point out, I thought Charlotte was really good in her promo here. She seemed confident, she seemed focused, and she's improved. I remember when she got up to the main roster, she seemed nervous. She didn't seem confident. And I think as time went on, she got better and better, and she's proven it. Now she's out there and she's hitting these notes, hitting these phrases, hitting these promos like it's nothing, hitting them out of the park home run. So I give props to Charlotte for the big improvement. And then Mick Foley comes out. He congratulates Charlotte, not until he mentions the biggest free agent that they signed, and out comes Bayley to a huge reaction. Very great stuff. Very good promo from Bayley as well, which would lead up to Dana Brooke against Bayley. The promo I thought was a 3. I thought it was great. Well, great for a woman's standard, because this was some great stuff for a woman's segment. Now leading to Dana Brooke against Bayley. I thought this was okay at best. I thought Dana Brooke did okay, although I think she should be back down in NXT. I don't even think she should have not been on the main roster. I think she should have stuck around in NXT for a little bit longer. But what are you going to do at this point? But I thought Dana Brooke did okay. And Bayley didn't miss a beat, as always. I give it a 2.75 out of 5. Up next, I believe, was the Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho promo backstage. This was good. I loved how Jericho was saying when he beats Roman, he's going to be champion. And then Kevin Owens says, no, I'm going to be champion. And Jericho's like, no, I'm going to be champion. Then they both said, no, me. Good stuff. I'm really, really liking this team of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Although I know it's not going to last long. I would be surprised if it lasted till January. But it's probably going to last till November. But if we get another 2 months out of it, 3 months out of it, I would say that was a good run for the both of them. Good stuff. I give it a 3 out of 5. It was that good stuff. Oh, up next was Braun Strowman against Johnny Knockout. And while Braun Strowman was making his way down to the ring, Byron Saxton was interviewing Knockout, or Johnny Knockout. And Byron Saxton said, why did you want to take this match, or something along those lines? And Johnny Knockout, if this is how he said it, he says, because I like to face big, sweaty man. And the look on Byron's face was priceless. Even the look on my face was like, WTF? It was so bizarre. I don't know how you can explain that. It was just that bizarre. Really bizarre. Whoever made him say it, it was, oh my god, funny. And once again, the look on Saxon's face was priceless. The match itself was what you expected. Squash match, nothing big. This match was to build Braun Strowman. I'm not going to really rate this match or give this match a score because this was literally a squash match, so we're going to just move on. Up next was the Dudley Boys goodbye farewell speech. In the beginning, I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. How the Dudley Boys was mentioning their 20-year career. They mentioned TLC. They mentioned Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys, which I love the fact they mentioned the Hardy Boys. And then the Shining Stars came out. They interrupted the Dudley Boys. They cut their promo. They basically said, down in Puerto Rico, there's food. Pointing at Bubba Ray, there's more food for people like you. And then Dudley Boys beat up on the New Stars. And they're about to put them through a table. Then out comes Gallows and Anderson to beat up on the Dudley Boys. They delivered the Magic Killer to Bubba on the outside. And what I really liked was they delivered the Magic Killer to Devon on the table in the ring. I thought that was a cool spot right there. I give this a 2.75. They have about 2.75 out of 5. And then finally we get to the main event, which was Jericho versus Roman Reigns. I thought this was a solid match. I thought it was good. And kind of predictable that, well, maybe not really predictable. I actually thought Jericho was going to win because, once again, Roman Reigns with the suspension back in July, I thought maybe for his punishment he would lose. And this would lead to basically Roman getting his rematch with Rusev at Clash of Champions. But he probably will still get his rematch at Clash of Champions, which I see. So Roman picked up the win with the spear. And now your 4 contenders for the Fatal 4-Way for the vacated Universal Champion is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Colin Cassidy, aka Big Cass, which should be interesting. I'm really interested to know who's gonna win that. If I had to place my bet now, I think the obvious choice is Seth Rollins. I think he is the most obvious pick to pick the match to win for the Fatal 4-Way next week. Overall, once again, I felt Raw was a solid show. I give it a 7. Oh, and also I forgot to mention one thing. They did announce on when the Cruiserweight division is going to start, and it's going to start September 19th. That is the Monday before Clash of Champions in Indianapolis, Indiana. Just wanted to point that out. Once again, solid show, 7 out of 10. And this wraps up my Raw review for Monday, August 22nd, 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please leave a like, comment, and as always, follow me on the Twitter. That is Twitter/SonicMix1991. I'll be leaving a link in the description box, description box below. And until then, you guys have a good night, and I will see you later.